We have two lectures. I want to welcome our Sheikh, our esteemed guest, Sheikh Mufti Munir. He traveled all from Philly, from New York, just to come our community to benefit the youth, to benefit everyone. So inshallah, we want to say barakallah fiqh for coming. Inshallah, he's going to share some of his ilm with us this evening here at Masjid Bilal. And inshallah, want to say jazakumullah khair for attending. Inshallah, the first be about the youth, balancing the deen, the dunya. We have a lot of youth here, a lot of children, a lot of young ones. So we need this. So inshallah, the Sheikh will go over some matters, how to stick to your deen. He has a lot of wisdom, has a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience with this. So inshallah, I'll let the Sheikh take over and inshallah, tell us about this. So inshallah, I just want to ask everybody, request everyone to be patient, sit with us, sit tight, don't talk, don't move. If you need a bathroom or anything, just walk out. But please don't talk. Okay, this is not a place where you talk. So make sure you close your mouth and listen about Barakallahu fikum. So the first lecture is about the deen of it, and it's going to be about the next 25 minutes until 4:55 inshallah. Barakallahu fikum. Shaykh Fadl Mashkouran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Sallallahu sallam wa barak ala abdihi wa rasulihi nabiyina wa imamina Muhammad wa ala alihi bihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. There's a man whose name was Wahb ibn Munabbih. And he has a brother whose name was Hammam ibn Munabbih. Both of these brothers, these two men, they were from the early generations of the Muslims, from the Salaf Salih. The best of the generations of the Muslims, the first three. And they were well-known scholars. They were well-known renunciants of the dunya. Very active and engaging in speaking about the Quran and Hadith to their followers, etc. So, if my memory serves me correctly, it was Wahab and maybe Hammam, for sure one of the two, said in a very concise yet profound statement, إنما مثل الدنيا لرجل له امرأتان إن أرضى إحداهما أسخط الأخرى. إنما مثل الدنيا كمثل رجل له امرأتان إن أرضى إحداهما أسخط الأخرى. He said, the similitude, if you need an example, if you need an example, if you wanted to make it a lot of sense to you, to be clear and simple and easy, of this world and obviously the hereafter, like a man who has two wives. If he pleases one of them, he angers the other. If he makes one happy, the other one is going to get mad. He puts a smile on one wife's face, the other will frown. Why are you giving this? You didn't give that to me. I want all of your time, all of your attention, all of your money, so on and so forth. I.e., he's making an example, whether that be an analogy, a metaphor, for you to get the point. Just imagine a man who has felt himself stuck in a position in which there are people on two sides pulling his arms. And if he leans towards an inch, a centimeter, he's going to be an inch or a centimeter further from the other side that's pulling him. You guys ever play tug of war? Kids play tug of war or not? The object of the game is to do what? It's to pull the side closer to you and eventually collapse. So every time you come closer to the side, you're further from the what? From the other side. So you're stuck. So just think about this now. Whether you have two wives, and obviously there are Muslims and non-Muslims who believe in polygamy. If a man has two girlfriends, if a woman has two boyfriends, if you have two sports teams that you're following and you're loyal to, what game you going to go to? Brother asked me, right? From Newark. You're from Philly, you're from Queens. What happens when your team plays, but the New York team plays? Where you going to go? You going to go with them? Imagine you being cool with two cliques, two sets, whatever the case may be. Who you with? You with them or you with us? You can't be with both. If you go with them, you support them, then it automatically means that you against us. And the list goes on and on and on of examples that you think about. You go to the drive-thru. What do you want to order? A number 9 or a number 8? But you don't have enough money. You don't have enough time. It isn't enough space for you to get what? Both. So you got to pick. So if you order number 9, you can't get 8. And if you order 8, then you can't get what? You can't get 9. Now let's make a better example. Your parents. Let's keep it real. Who you love more?
Or your father? No, you're supposed to love more. You're supposed to obey me more. You're supposed to respect me more. You're supposed to listen first. If you respect your father, then you're disrespecting him according to them. If you listen to your mother, you're taking her side and then you're against me. Just think about all the different examples of how you're stuck in an absolute ultimatum. And that is the similitude of how do I balance between the deen and the dunya, if that's even possible. I want to go to school, but at the same time I want to memorize Quran. I love playing sports. I have my friends, I have my parents, I have my siblings, I have this, I have that. How is it possible for you to judge 4, 5, 6, 7 things at the same time? And all of them are claiming that you belong to me? Absolutely. Like those 2 women. They're making an extreme ultimatum. But you can make both of us happy. There's no way you can be just. There's no way you can be fair. But you got to give me everything. And if you give her just a little bit, then it automatically means you don't love me. Think about that. Think about the child that's in a state of confusion. Both parents are pulling at him. If your parents got divorced, you spend time with your dad, you spend time with your mom. You with your Abby, and you see your Umi. You with your Umi, and you with your Abby on the weekends. Whose side are you going to take? And the sad reality of you young brothers sitting in front of me, I can't see the sisters, the sad reality is many of you, if not most of you, aren't going to make the right decisions. And many of you are going to fall victim. And what happens if you pull someone's arms too much? What will happen? Dislocated or strained. And if you pull a little too much, then what? Dislocated, out of the joint, out of the socket. But if you keep pulling, what's going to happen? Eventually what? Ripped off. You lose your arm, or you're going to bleed to death. And that is the major, major crash that so many of our Muslim youth have to suffer. But it doesn't have to be that way. Anyone who's coming to you, giving you absolute ultimatum, something is wrong with that person. There's a way for me to do this and do that. There's a way. But without extremes. So the first principle for a young Muslim man and a young Muslim woman to survive in 2024 with regards to worldly excellence, spiritual excellence, excellence in the deen, excellence in the dunya, is balance and moderation. And if you have too much of an extreme, too much absoluteness, it's either this or that. If you're not with me, then you're against me. You've already lost. So any friends of yours, even your parents, you can't love your mother unless you listen to your mother and don't listen to your father. That's wrong. If somebody's telling you who you with, who you love, prove your loyalty. Make this haram act. And if you don't do this haram act, then you don't really want to be with us. That's wrong. But the sad thing is, those 2 wives, in most cases, are going to be obsolete. The sad reality is, those 2 gangs, those 2 cliques, those 2 sets, those 2 projects, those 2 blocks, in most cases, they're going to make that ultimatum. The sad reality is, those 2 teams in those 2 states, they're going to make that ultimatum. In order to love us, you have to hate them. And if you love them, then you automatically means that you what? You hate us. So what is the way to escape? How you survive? And the sad reality is, want to be real, most of you aren't going to survive. Most of you are going to fall victim. Because you accepted the premise that you have to have in the absolute one or the other. And that's wrong. And just use common sense. If every single thing in this world was bad and evil, I won't place you here.
How do you get to the hereafter? Except because of what? What you do in this world. Time is the most precious gift that Allah gave you. And without that time, you succeed or you fail. Making the salah, how do you do that? Based off of what? Paying zakat is due when? Fast is obligatory when? Hajj is obligatory what? What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? When is Hajj obligatory? Say the word. One what? One time. So this proves is that in the dunya, you have to have some involvement. Everybody with me? You got to be involved to an extent. Concentrate to an extent. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He gave you what you know on your tongue right now. What's on top of your tongue? What's on your tongue? Nothing is on your tongue? That's not true. What's on your tongue, Abdurrahman? Huh? Can't hear you. You don't know what's on top of your tongue? Alright, that. So when he asks for ice cream, or donuts, or cookies, or something sweet, or snacks, you say, no, you had dinner already. I gave you bread and water. What's on top of your tongue?
A lot.
Taste buds. Thank you. So food tastes what? Tastes good, smells good, looks good, feels good, even sounds good. When it's cooking, when it's boiling, all right? All the videos on YouTube, everybody, the sound effects, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He gave you these senses for a what? For a reason. So there's nothing wrong with you having some world. And there's nothing wrong with you enjoying certain things, what? In this world. The problem comes in when you live to eat, when you live for your desires, when you live good and to sound good and to be loved by people. That is also what is that?
An extreme.
That's an extreme. So balance and moderation are the most important principles for us to teach our young men and women. But balance and moderation does not mean 50-50. You understand? Doesn't mean that it's equal. A blend. What's in my tea? You say sugar. What else is in there? Caffeine. What else? Water. What else? Air. What else? Spit. Tire. What else is in there? What else is in the tea? Lemon. Good gas. Honey. And of course the actual what? The tea. So is the water, the lemon, the caffeine, the sugar, the spit, are they all equal? Yes or no?
No.
Are they all equal or not?
No.
But in order for the tea to taste good, it has to be a what?
A blend.
A balance, a blend. And a balance and a blend doesn't mean 50-50. Everybody clear on this or not?
No.
So a young Muslim man, the dunya cannot be equal with the after. At least 60-40. And that's cutting it a little what?
Close.
It's a little close. But it's still better than what? 50-50. Let alone 40 deen and 60 what? 60 dunya. Let alone, everybody with me? I got everybody's attention. Inshallah. 30% deen, 70 what? Dunya. So many people, they think and they feel that balance has to mean equality. That's wrong. Just like the ultimatum. If you love me, you have to hate him. That's what?
Extreme.
Alright, so extreme. Number two, balance and moderation doesn't mean 50-50. The deen always has to be greater and stronger. The ratio has to be higher. Many people think, and many of you guys are taught, that in the balance between the deen and the dunya, the deen has to compromise for the dunya. Many people, they think that the deen has to walk its way, lean slowly, and meet the dunya. And that the people of the deen, the people of the knowledge and the piety and the righteousness, they have to cause and meet the people of the dunya halfway. And meet them where they are and compromise. That's also what? That's wrong. Everybody understand this or not? Alright, so let's make some examples of this. Fashion, looking good, smelling good, wearing nice stuff, nice clothes, nice sneakers, so on and so forth. How long should a man spend in front of a mirror?
1 minute.
1 minute. How long? How long you spend brushing your teeth, taking a shower? Just 2 minutes? How long should how much attention should we give to her appearance, what she looks like, what she smells like? All day, half of a day?
5 minutes.
5 minutes?
She shouldn't be in there 24 hours.
24 hours. And this was at least half an hour. Alright. The moral of the story is what? Is that if you spend all of the time in the mirror, worrying about your makeup and your teeth and this and that, how much time you look at your
1 minute, 5 minutes.
or your jacket or your bag? You spend all of your money on one shirt. Now what about the rest of the outfit? So mixture, blending, balance, moderation, giving everybody what they need, how they need, when they want. That's a necessity of what? Of life. All right, let's talk about sports. Of course, we all love sports. Our children worship sports. They love basketball. They love soccer. Right? You want to be this player, you want to be a player. What happens to the team that's one-sided? Huh? What happens to the team that only got offense?
They're going to lose.
They're going to win. They're going to win some games. They're going to blow some teams out. But eventually, what's going to happen? Somebody's going to get injured. Some look at their plays and figure out a way not to stop their offense, but at least what? And what happens if it turns into a defensive battle? Then they're what? They're done. What happens to a team that's one-sided? They got a strong defense, but has a weak offense? What happens if they get into a shootout? Everybody get the point I'm trying to make? So you have to have your head on tight on your shoulders as a young Muslim man and as a young Muslim woman. And if somebody's telling you that you have to be extreme, you have to compromise your deen, you don't have to mix and blend, even if it's your parents and your teacher, then they're telling you something that's what? That's wrong. Everybody understand this?
No.
Everybody hearing this? The deen is supposed to come first, and the deen is supposed to come last. In between the first and the last is your what? Is your dunya. So you go to sleep at night, what's the last thing you should be thinking about, talking about? Is what? Huh? If I die in this state, my supplications. First thing you think about, you worry about when you wake up should be what? Deen. Alhamdulillah, Allah gave me my soul back. Another day. Any day above 6 feet is what? It's a good day. You guys are too young to understand that. Trust me. I'm barely old enough to understand that. It's a fact. You can't appreciate certain things until you get older. Right? Something so simple and basic. Freedom until it was taken away from you. Peace until you live in a state of fear. Food. So much food that you guys waste. You don't know the value of food until you're actually hungry. Do you know what it feels like to be hungry? I'll hit you. You know what it feels like to be you? When? When are you hungry? Huh? In the morning. But then you want to eat what? You eat breakfast. Do you know what it feels like to be hungry and not when you want to eat? Outside of Ramadan. When? Huh? I can't hear you. When you don't know what they're cooking. Alright. But at the same time, your parents are doing what? What are they doing? So you know the food is around the corner, whether you like it or not. Eat your vegetables, this is nasty, but it's something what?
Good for you.
Do you know what it feels like to be hungry? I don't know when the food will, I don't know what it is. It's a scary feeling, right? It's a very scary feeling. So the moral of the story is, guys, get up, first thing should be deen. Going to sleep, last thing should be deen. In between that, you have to look after your education, your health, your recreation, what you eat, what you drink, your friends, your this and your that, but it has to be at a what?
Minimum.
A minimum. And never ever, let alone dominating your focus and your concentration. I got 24 hours out the day. I cut it up and I slice it up. These are the hours that I have to rest, to pray. You can't pray when you're sleepy and tired. Right? You can't make Hajj and Umrah if you're sleepy and tired. You need energy to worship Allah. This is the amount of time that I need to eat. Basic nutrition, and a little bit of good as well. That was good. The food was good. But not too much, you don't indulge too much. It's the amount of time that I have to spend such and such, such and such. And then you have to focus, remains on what's most important. And the last thing that I am going to say, because obviously this isn't our only lecture, I only talk for young brothers who want to study, for young brothers who want to learn the Quran, who want to learn the Hadith, who want to go overseas, who want to be imams, who want to be scholars. People ask, how many hours out of the day should I study? How much study time should I have? What is a good amount of time to study Arabic? That's a poor question. There's no such thing as study time. It's time to eat, time to sleep, time to play, have fun, exercise, time to socialize, and the remaining of the 24 hours is automatically by default what? Time to study. Like your phone. You get off your phone because you have to, you gotta go to sleep. Your parents say put it away, you're in school. And anything other than 24/7, I'm what? I'm on my what? On the phone, I'm scrolling, I'm looking, I'm sharing, I'm streaming. Is this not?
Yes.
And you get mad if your father, your mother, your teacher say, hey, that's enough screen, put the phone down. What do you mean? I just got on it. So just imagine that. Everything that I'm doing is for studying the other side. All the athletes that you guys look up to, I don't need to mention name, this one, that one, that is their mentality. Eating is limited. Sleeping is limited. Having fun is what? Limited. Everything other than that is basketball. Every single second is soccer. And that is why they become so what? So good and so great. They devote their lives to a game. Imagine that, huh? Stein. A bunch of grown men running back and forth, kicking and inflicting of rubber and plastic. Or pigskin. It's amazing if you think about it. A game. So be mindful, huh? I think this is more than enough as a reminder for our youth. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect all of you and to guide all of you. And to make you better than your parents. And make you a strong second, third, fourth generation of Islam here in this country. Those who lead non-Muslims to Islam by example, because we need strong leaders for tomorrow that can take further than what we may have taken it to. Huh? And Allah surely knows best. Jazakumullahu khairan. Allah khair, Abdul Razak.
Jazakallah khair for Sheikh Muhammad Munir for the beautiful reminder. Was God subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us min alladhina yastami'una qawla fayattabi'una ahsana. So inshallah, at this moment, we're gonna some of our students who finished or completed Juz Amma, the exam. Everybody passed, alhamdulillah. We'll give certificate to everybody completed the Juz, but we do have the top 6, both boys and girls. We have certificates and also prizes as well. Please bear with us, ma'an, go from here. Jazakumullah khair.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Barakallahu feekum. This is a beautiful affair. I'm seeing a lot of beautiful faces, alhamdulillah. Jazakallahu khairan our sheikh here. But alhamdulillah, this is when we brag. You know the brags that we have? This is the moments that we brag. What do we brag about? We brag about the young superstars that we have in our masjid, alhamdulillah. Those are learning the Quran, alhamdulillah. So, a while back we had a competition, alhamdulillah. We had a lot of, mashallah, good boys, good girls. Had a competition, alhamdulillah, on one juz of the Quran. Usually when you have a competition, what's the point of having a competition? To see who's the best, right? Yeah, to see who's the best. Alhamdulillah, we have, everybody passed the test. But everybody won't be number 1, right? Alhamdulillah. So, what happens if you become the best in the class? You go into the honor roll, right? Alhamdulillah, we have the honor list in here. So alhamdulillah, we have, I think it's Horror who took the test, like 23, 24. Then I'm not sure about the number, alhamdulillah. I didn't take the test. This was the class, it's 11 in my class, alhamdulillah. But we had 3 boys and 3 girls that we're going to give them a little bit of a prize, and alhamdulillah, the rest we're going to give you a certificate of completion. If you didn't become number 1, number 2, number 3 today, doesn't mean you're not going to be number 1 forever, right? Alhamdulillah, we have another test in the corner, inshallah. One time's coming, we're going to close the duksi. What we do, the annual test, right? For Masjid Bilal, Madrasat Masjid Bilal, alhamdulillah. So, yeah, this is just a surprise. Nobody knows, alhamdulillah. And if your name's called here, alhamdulillah, that means you're good. So I'm going to start with the boys, and then I'm going to call the girls, but we'll give the girls, because there's none in here, we're going to give the ma'alim, the sisters, teachers, and then we're going to give it to them, inshallah. Somebody will take, but I'm going to mention the names in here regardless, okay? You're a boy or girl. Alhamdulillah, and the boys, the number 1. MashaAllah, I'm going to call Khalid Sambul. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. MashaAllah, tabarakallah.
Yeah, no clapping. Say Allahu Akbar. The women can clap.
MashaAllah, that's good. I have a gift. So here's a gift too. Right hand. MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah. MashaAllah.
You don't want to give it him.
Allah bless you. Alhamdulillah, you should be happy. We're proud of you. MashaAllah. You want to open the envelope?
One more thing for Khalid here. Khalid, he all finished, or he memorized, the whole, after waking up, adhkar for waking up sleep. He memorized the whole du'as and the ayahs, last 11 ayahs, Surah Al-Imran. Give him like the microphone so he can recite some for us.
Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. He's a little nervous, but it's okay. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. So, Khalid, when you wake up from sleep, right, leaving all night, now it's a new day. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you a life back. What do you need to say?
الحمد لله الذي أحيانا بعدما أماتنا وإليه النشور لا إله إلا الله وحده شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير سبحانه والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله علي العظيم رب اغفر لي الحمد لله الذي عافاني في ذكري ورد عليه روحي وأذن لي بذكري أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار لآيات لأولي الألباب الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك فقنا عذاب النار ربنا إنك من تدخل النار فقد أخزيته وما للظالمين من أنصار إننا سمعنا مناديا ينادي للإيمان بربكم فآمنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار.
Allahu Akbar.
MashaAllah, that's Khalid, right? Alhamdulillah. We have the number 2, MashaAllah, Yahya Muhammad. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Yahya, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Come here, Yahya. Right hand.
MashaAllah. Congratulations.
Jazakallah. MashaAllah. That's Yahya, MashaAllah. Jazakallah. Go sit down, Yahya. And we have number 3, MashaAllah, for the boys. And that's Ayub Hassan, MashaAllah. Ayub Hassan. MashaAllah, tabarakallah.
14, mashallah. God bless you.
Jazakallah. So the girls are not here, but you're just going to mention their names, mashallah. Okay? And then we'll give it to their teachers, inshallah, to give to them, inshallah, their awards. Alhamdulillah, the first one, the teachers, the sisters, the girls. Look, I'm mixed up already. Alhamdulillah. It's Maryam Ahmed. Maryam Ahmed's number 1. MashaAllah. Say MashaAllah, tabarakallah. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. That's Maryam, alhamdulillah, number 2. Yes. And then Safiya Adam is number 2.
MashaAllah.
Safiya, barakallah. And then we have, lastly, Sabreen Farah, MashaAllah. Now, it's the rest of you, inshallah. Okay? Alhamdulillah, you did a good job, right? Regardless of what you did. If you pass, alhamdulillah, that means you've completed a whole juice. That's something to be proud of, right?
Yes.
So alhamdulillah, I'm going to call the rest of the names now, especially the boys. I'm going to give them a certificate of completion. MashaAllah. So, Saddam Farah. Saddam Farah, come here, MashaAllah. Here. Saddam, how old are you? 8. You gotta think about it. MashaAllah, 8. And MashaAllah. Jazakallah. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Next we have Zakaria Nafi. MashaAllah. Zakaria.
It's a nice certificate too.
MashaAllah, yes. This is one of the designs of Talal Absal, MashaAllah. Zakaria Umar. MashaAllah. Zakaria, come here. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Zakaria is one of the nicest kids in the class. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. I love him. Yes, I always help him. MashaAllah.
How you feel, Zakaria? You happy? Alhamdulillah. Maybe I'll give you more.
MashaAllah. Jazakallah. Abdul Aziz. Abdul Kareem. MashaAllah.
MashaAllah.
Say MashaAllah, tabarakallah, guys. Come on. Don't sleep on us. Barakallah. MashaAllah. You shake hands with the chef?
Shake.
MashaAllah. Jazakallah. Very good. MashaAllah. Next we have Hamza Adam. Where's Hamza Adam? Hamza, I don't think it's Hamza, yes. That's okay. MashaAllah. Next we have Zayd. Where's Zayd Abdul Kareem? Where's Zayd? Oh, Hamza's here. MashaAllah. Hamza, come here. Wait, one second, Zayd. You can come up here too. No problem.
Come on.
Just wait for me. I'm going to give Hamza Adam first. Hamza, your certificate. Where's your right hand? Yeah, sure.
Hamza.
MashaAllah.
Congrats. Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah. Zayd. Jazakallah khair. How old are you, Zayd?
7.
MashaAllah. 7 years old. MashaAllah.
Zayd, what you want to do when you grow up? You don't know? Doctor?
MashaAllah. Allah will give a good doctor, inshallah. Jazakallah. MashaAllah. Ali Farah. MashaAllah. Come here, Ali. MashaAllah. Jazakallah khair. Ali, MashaAllah. Right hand.
Ali. Salam. طبعا ما شاء الله.
جزاك الله خير.
وياكم.
Next we have Abdul Khadir Muhammad. MashaAllah. Khalid, salam alaikum. Right hand. How are you feeling?
Good.
MashaAllah. Muhammad Abdullah. MashaAllah. Muhammad, come here. Don't be shy. Muhammad's those guys, one of them always smiling, MashaAllah. What are you smiling about today? Come on here. Turn around. Nothing? MashaAllah. Yeah, you know that smile, MashaAllah. Salah too. Give service.
Good to smile. Congratulations.
Jazakallah. Next we have Abdul Malik Adam. Where's Abdul Malik? MashaAllah. Malik. Salam alaikum, Malik. How are you today? Good, MashaAllah. She says salam to the Sheikh. Barakallah. Barakallah.
Tabarakallah.
Abdul Najib. I'll mention their name today. Abdul Najib, come here. MashaAllah. Abdul Najib is a new student. MashaAllah. You're already achieving the Nusi. MashaAllah. Abdul Najib. Barakallah.
MashaAllah. Salam. Alhamdulillah.
This is for the girls. I will just mention their names and I'm going to give it to the teachers, inshallah. Barakallahu. And the sisters, we have Zaytun Mukhtar, mashallah. MashaAllah. And we have Sulaykha Arab. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. We have Al Khair Yusuf. MashaAllah. We have Samir Abdul Kareem. MashaAllah. We have Iqra Ibrahim.
MashaAllah. Congratulations. Allah bless you.
And Abu Bakr. MashaAllah. We're going to give this to your teacher, they will give it to you, inshallah. Barakallah fikum. So that's the conclusion of, alhamdulillah, those who took part of that competition that we did, alhamdulillah, the test. Now I'm going to request one thing, okay? We need two things, barakallah fikum, especially from the youth. We need your focus, and we don't want you to be lazy, barakallah fikum. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No, don't lean against the wall. I'm not talking about the elders. Elders are forgiven, alhamdulillah. If you're young, don't lean against the wall. Just sit there. If you can do this lecture, I am sure that you can study well. If you can sit through the lectures, inshallah, I promise you'll finish the Quran, inshallah. Alhamdulillah. This science, inshallah. And I'm really proud, regardless of what, alhamdulillah. And one more thing that I will request is that you put your phones away. Those are the team time. The Imam talk about it, right? The Mufti just talk about it, right? What was he talking screen time? How much of it is screen time? I teach, right? I know some of you. The screen, some of you is 11 hours. Can you imagine? What do you get out of your 24 hours when you spend 11 hours on your phone or your tablet? What's left? 13. You're going to be sleeping 8 or more. What do you get after that? 2 or 3, 4 hours, right? What can you do in 2 or 3, 4 hours? You'll be taking a shower, you'll be in the bathroom, you need to eat, and the day is done for you. Yeah. And then you won't know till you become 40 years old and everything just starts cracking. Oh no, I've been working in the, yeah. I don't want to think this kind of like sound like bad way, but alhamdulillah, we want to learn while you're, so you can earn when you grow up, inshallah, okay? Whether you learn in deen or whether you learn in the dunya, you have to learn, inshallah, while you're young. Barakallah fiik. Okay, alhamdulillah, we don't want to miss this to continue. We'll give you a little break, inshallah. 10 minutes, take 10 minutes. Take 10 minutes of break. If you need the bathroom, go use the bathroom, come back, inshallah. And inshallah, if you're shy, it's okay, but keep your foot down, barakallah fiik. Alhamdulillah, we have a fundraiser later, inshallah. Everybody knows that, right?